Obviously, you build your system before you need it. Here we need it. Now we have COVID. You can't build a food hub in a crisis. So, and the grants that we got, and again, the town support, the county support, Farm Bureau, people really coming together as a community and supporting this food hub, which had to struggle at times. It was a new idea. We were all learning. It was working, but it was, like I said, it was the first couple of years were a little more challenging.
Judith Phoenix, another of those great, strong women that we all have to learn about.
Strong women, yes, I guess I would consider myself a strong woman as well. In different ways, because I did not grow up here. I did not have to deal with some of the hardships. The other thing that I think goes with that, because I couldn't bring an agricultural expertise to Blue Ridge Women, I had to bring something else. And what I think I brought was networking to people who were outside the farm community. I worked very hard to reach out to civic groups, to the Chamber of Commerce, both in here and in Blowing Rock, the Rotary, the Kiwanis, to different churches. I reached out to people like myself who like good food, who don't really know much about farming and supporting, and why they should support Blue Ridge Women in Agriculture, what we can do for the community. So I saw my role, and I still do. I'm a promoter. I'm a PR person. I will talk about Blue Ridge Women in Agriculture to anybody at any time, and what we do and why we're good. Because I can't talk about sustainability when I've got 3 of my friends with PhDs in sustainability. I'm not going to talk about it. Carol can write a grant with her eyes closed. Okay, so I couldn't offer that, where Carol is superb. In addition to Blue Ridge Women being committed to our small farms and healthy food, but we want that for everybody, not just people that can afford it, as it can be a little bit more expensive. We partnered with a national group to help us with Double Up Food Bucks. Basically, what this does is, if somebody is on food stamps or EBT cards that says can have more than one name, and they want to come to the farmer's market or to the food hub, we will double what they spend up to, I believe it's $20 a week now. So if they want to spend $20, they can give us 10, and we'll give them $20 in coupons to spend at the market. Now they use coupons, and you may say, oh, there could be stigma with that. Well, if somebody wants to play with a credit card, most of our farmers don't take credit cards, but if they come to the same table and say, I want to get $20 on my MasterCard, we give them coupons. And we are very committed to food justice. We feel that everybody should eat healthy, and people who have low incomes have greater challenges and even more need to eat healthy so they can be healthy. So people that use a community care clinic, perhaps the Health and Hunger Coalition, anybody who's on SNAP. Originally, the market was going to start to help farmers store their produce, their beef, things like molasses, and help them when they went off if you take a cow off the market to butcher, which you have to do to butcher, or a pig, if you don't have storage place, you can only take one cow or one pig because you can't store it. The food hub initially made it possible that the farmer could take off several animals, have them butchered, and then pay a very nominal fee to store at the food hub. It was a great help to farmers, and it quickly moved from there to the online farmers market where we could actually sell online. As Blue Ridge Women in Agriculture were on the ground building this system before anybody knew we needed it. And that's one of the things that I like, preparation and planning, and that's what Blue Ridge Women has done. They have trained farmers with everything. You've got to do more than dig in the dirt to be a farmer, to be a successful farmer. You've got to have financial skills. You've got to know who to hire, when to use an intern versus an employee. There's a lot of decisions to make. What do you grow? What animals? If your animals get sick, How do you deal with it? Those are things that, especially people like Dave Walker, really help farmers learn how to do. So we're a real complete service. And we did that for the 2 years, and then Carol and I both left together somewhere in 2018. And I left. I was ready to leave. And again, we had a new executive, and it's time for a new board chair. So that was when it ended my official duties, but I stayed on as a volunteer ambassador to something called Double Up Food Bucks. I'm not staff anymore. I'm not on the board. That's fine.
So you on Wednesdays are there helping with the boxes?
I help check people, and you have to pull in, get out of your car. Liz, who's the head of the food hub now, comes out, gets your names, gets a bunch of names, comes back to the table. It's often Carol and I again. Carol and I check off their names, grab their order, then give the order to the runner.
How are you going to straight the thing with the COVID-19, the people that lost their jobs? I understand that there are a lot of families, lining up at the hospitality house.
Yes.
For food.
Yes, we've. I believe that we've been especially supportive of healthcare workers. We've combined with another program. Dave Walker could tell you more about that. Some of who lost their jobs have been extremely involved in doing that. We support Farm Cafe in many ways. They help support Hospitality House as well. You have people like Stick Boy Bread, who's getting hundreds of loaves of bread out to people.
So many people.
So we all try to work together. Food Hub. How did it start? When I started with Carol, because I was a very active board chair, she will tell you, probably at times I was a little too active, but that's my style. Carol and I met probably every week for coffee. We brainstormed, we caught up, we did whatever. And it was out of one of those, having a cup of coffee and brainstorming, that the idea, and it's not original with us, the idea of having an online farmers market. And we just sort of batted it around a little bit. And she said, there's people in Oregon who have been doing this, because she's very knowledgeable, did a little more research. She did a little bit of writing. And we came up with the idea that we could actually implement to start an online farmers market, which is the Food Hub, because you do everything online except pick up. And that came from having a cup of coffee, as we always did, and brainstorming.
Which year?
So I would say either late 2017, early 2018, we came up with the idea. We did the research. Carol did the grant writing. We began to work with, it was really great. We worked with the county commissioners, with the town of Boone, nonprofits, for profits, Farm Bureau Insurance. We pulled together a real network of people, which is very, very exciting, which is why it's worked. It couldn't have worked if we hadn't had the support of the town, of the chamber, of the agriculture extension folks. It was pulling everybody together that actually made it happen. And that's, as I said, that came out of a conversation. And then we were able to hire Shannon Carroll, who before she worked with us did technology with the school system. Whiz at technology, good background in farming and agriculture and commitment in there. And through her expertise and commitment, we're able to have this really excellent website. Well, I think for the community that I have learned, since I have no farming background, I don't want to be a farmer. I have no interest in farming. I don't even have a vegetable garden. But I want to eat that food. I want healthy, organic, fresh, local food. And because I want it for myself, I want it for the community. And the way you get that is I learned that you need to support your local farmers. And that's what I learned when I was doing the farm tour, when I was on the board and hanging out with these people. I learned about farming, and I didn't know squat about farming. The service that Blue Ridge Women has done to support farms, to build a sustainable food system, that we have now that other places don't have. We live on a mountain. If for some reason that you can't get up 321, bring your food trucks. We're isolated. They used to call us the Lost Provinces because we are fairly isolated if you take down the main road. And it's all about sustainability, the health of the community, being resilient. Plus, I like these people. Like them. So and I just know that they've made huge contributions to the health and welfare of the community.
Thank you for this great conversation.
Thank you. And I still work at the food hub. I just help check people in when they come up. I help. They have to.
Also, you're on Wednesdays. You
on
go.
Wednesdays, I'm a volunteer. You know, it's part of the. You can see down here is the Federation. If you do certain things like I put out water regularly, I put out bird seed for food. I have places where animals can hide. You know, like there's a wood pile over there. That's intentional. You know, things like snakes, like things like that, and probably other, every once in a while I'll pick up a rock or whatever, and there's a big toad underneath, and the snakes eat mice. It's like, come on, the more snakes, the better. Things that make it, and if you do that, and then you can get a little sign like that that just says I'm wildlife friendly. I just try to